Today we'll talk about a very important organization called Five Eyes Alliance. This is in news. Why it is in news? Firstly, what is this Five Eyes Alliance? Why the world fears this alliance? We'll try to understand in this video. If you have studied today's newspaper, in the headlines it came that New Zealand supports Canada's decision to expel Indian diplomats from Canada. We know that there is a lot of disturbance between India and Canada's relationships because of the Khalistan issue. Canada accuses India that in 2023, one of the Khalistani sympathizer called Hardeep Singh Nijjar, he was killed in Canada. And Canada blames India that India was involved in the shootout in which Hardeep Singh Nijjar was killed. So very recently, Canada escalating this issue between India and Canada,
that agents of the government of India have engaged in and continue to engage in.
Expelled 6 Indian diplomats, including the High Commissioner from India. So as a response to this, India also expelled the Canadian diplomats from India. So see, this expulsion of diplomats, it is one point in international relations which showcases that both the countries have broken all their diplomatic ties. It is not good for any country to expel their diplomats because these diplomats are the point of contact between both the countries. But because the situation is going beyond control, so both the countries in a tit-for-tat situation have expelled both the countries. Both the countries have expelled their diplomats from respective countries. Now, let's understand what is this Five Eyes Alliance. See, the Five Eyes Alliance, if you know, the 5 represents here 5 countries. That is primarily America, the United States of America, United Kingdom, Canada, New Zealand and Australia. See, the history goes that during the World War II, for the first time, these 5 countries came together to basically spy on Germany, Italy and Russia. How they used to spy? The 5 countries used their human intelligence, used their signal intelligence and also that geospatial intelligence to keep an eye on the enemy camp. Basically Germany was using lot of codes during World War II. So these 5 countries got together to break this German code and try to understand what Germany was doing. See, this Five Eyes Alliance is a supranational alliance, in the sense supranational intelligence alliance. If you remember, in 2010, Edward Snowden made some revelations to the world in which he also told that the entire World Wide Web, WWW, whatever is happening in this, America along with these 5 countries are keeping a close eye on the entire world. So what is happening is, once the World War II was over, the Five Eyes Alliance started keeping an eye on the Soviet bloc and the Eastern bloc or the communist bloc. So they were using their human intelligence network, their signal intelligence network and also the geospatial intelligence network to keep a close eye on the activities of Soviet Union, that is USSR, and also the Eastern Bloc. Eastern Bloc is basically a term used in international relations, the countries where communism is supported in that country. So this is the Eastern Bloc. Now, at the end of Cold War, what has happened is, we know that Cold War ended in 1991 with the disintegration of USSR. At the end of World War, what these 5 alliance countries started doing is, we know that after 2001, there was global war on terrorism declared. So after that, these 5 countries are using their intelligence network to keep an eye on the global terrorist networks, be it in South Asia, be it in the Middle Eastern countries or the West Asian countries or the Central Asian countries. They try to keep a close eye on this. Now, I want you to tell, was Canada right in expelling the Indian diplomats? Because diplomats happen to be the first point of contact. See, if there is a differences between any countries, they are supposed to sit down, talk and remove those differences. But instead, what these people are doing it in an escalation of their issue, they are expelling their diplomats, which is not a right practice. So what is your opinion? Please do drop a comment. Thank you. Jai.